Alright, it's time to finish shaping up the seats here. Now I've done one up. This is kind of my template. I think I'm just gonna freehand all of them. So I've left it kind of full thickness, and you can see I tapered it down a little bit. So I'll just do a few little reference marks with a pencil, you know, to the finished thickness in the front, and then just draw a line to kind of, and then once I have that taper on there, then I just kind of carve it out.
This video has been made possible by my monthly sponsors: U2 Fasteners, Odie's Oil Wood Finishes, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, and Princess Auto. If you want to see what these great retailers have to offer you, please check the links in the description box below. Thanks for watching.
The way I'm attaching the seats is I've countersunk 4 screws, 2 on each side, and I'm just using these universal screws by U2, just the universal deck screws, and put a bead of glue on top, set my seat in there, screw it from underneath, and then I'm going to plug those, sand them flush afterwards, because I don't ever plan on taking the seats off, so I'd rather not have little screw holes, even though you can't really see unless you look under the seat. I'm the kind of guy that's gonna look under the seat, and I know there's other guys out there too, and so for those guys, I'm gonna plug the screw holes, all right? So always remember, if it needs a screw, screw U2. Now that everything's glued up, the last thing to do is to level out the feet. So I've got a little 3/8 strip here, and I'm just going to trace it around the legs. I put it on my table saw, which is a very flat surface. Oh, you know what that smells like? Success. Because I finally finished this project. Well, I'm finishing this project right now with some Odies, and that's always a good feeling because after that, it's done. You just let them dry and put them to use. So, I'm using the super duper oil, but I'm going to use my little technique that I used out at the cabin, and I'm mixing it with the safer solvent. And I find that this just thins out the finish and makes it really easy to brush on. So I'm not really like measuring it or anything like that. I just put some in, about 50-50 maybe. And then I mix that together really good, and that thins out the oil like really thin. but the solvent helps penetration, right? So it thins the oil, and ideally Odie's oil you want to put on in really thin coats and build it up to get the best finish. And that's why you kind of work it in. So I've got this nice and mixed here, and then this makes it go on like super easy, right? So this is going to be my first coat, just to get in all the nooks and crannies and little crevices and stuff like that. And then we'll let that dry. It'll dry pretty quick because the solvent will just evaporate out of it. And the nice thing is about the Odie's products is they're safe. All right, they're all made out of natural, like therapeutic grade oils, and it smells amazing. And you don't have to worry about getting on your skin. I just wear these gloves because my hands get all sticky, right? But you know, every other finish out there, you got who knows what kind of chemicals in there. And you know, maybe it'll make the finish more durable, but I would rather have a safe finish that I know I can touch and breathe in and not worry about my life ending, you know, years before it's time because of all the garbage that I've been breathing in as a woodworker. So that's probably the number one reason. Like, the finish is just what I like, natural hand rubbed oil look, and it's safe. Like, you could put your food on it. And so, you know, in our trade, in the woodworking trade, everybody knows, like, it's just full of just toxic chemicals. Whether you're breathing in the sawdust, it's just toxic. All the finishes seem to be toxic. And yeah, I'm just trying to get back to the old school where things weren't killing you every time you worked with them, right? So, oh, look at that. That is just a thing of beauty. I love this sapele because, you know, when you're working with it, it kind of looks like, you know, it's kind of mahogany, just like a light brown. But man, when you put that oil on it, does it ever pop? Ooh.